But here is the reason, the principal reason, why containing government is so important. It has to do with liberty. It has to do with liberty. Because containing government is the key and always has been. This isn't some newfangled Republican idea. What crabby people we are to think about controlling government and saying no to some of the Obama programs. It's not new at all. This goes back to the framers of the Constitution. This is what the Constitution was all about. Because after the Constitution says that we're going to establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility and provide for the common defense and promote the general welfare, it said we're going to secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity. Secure the blessings of liberty. And the rest of the Constitution is the structure for securing the blessings of liberty. How can we have government that can do these things, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, and so on, and still secure the blessings of liberty? And the way the Constitution did was to have this very careful structure for containing government, for setting up a set of checks and balances, for dividing the power of government between the federal government and the state government, for providing in the Bill of Rights the lines that government can't cross when it deals with you and with me. Containing government is the heart of liberty, and it is a principle that has always been recognized by our party. Ronald Reagan said, concentrated power has always been the enemy of liberty. That's what we are dealing with. This is no small potatoes passing thing. We are dealing with a major change. He meant it when he said change. A major change in the relationship between government and the people and the concentration of power. The opposite of liberty is arbitrary power. When arbitrary power replaces the rule of law. So, have you seen that recently? Well, I give you the case of the Chrysler bankruptcy. First of all, where in the statute, if you can tell us, I don't think you'll say nowhere, where in the statute does it say that so-called TARP money can go to auto companies? And then, in the case of Chrysler, the idea that the government, without any authority, can reverse the rule of law, can reverse the bankruptcy law, and can replace the secured creditors in the line of precedence with the United Auto Workers. Now, that is not the rule of law. And how about Barney Frank? So, well, wait a second now. We're taking over GM. Got 60% of GM stock, but GM is going to close a dealership in Congressman Frank's district. Frank gets on the phone with the CEO of General Motors and says, oh, no, you don't. That's not the rule of law. That's concentrated. Or how about AIG? That poor devil. Guy serving for $1 a year. That made me mad when I heard about the bonuses too. Everybody was mad about that. But who gave Congress the right after Congress specifically authorizes the bonuses and Treasury approves the bonuses to hail that poor devil up before Congress and berate him the way they did? So, this is arbitrary power. I note, by the way, in one article I read that the Justice Department is preparing 20 prosecutions against recipients for bailout money. And anybody here who's done any business with the federal government has learned the lesson that there's a peril in doing that. So, we're going to have a choice to make as a country. And the choice is going to be between the Obama approach of concentrating power and our approach of containing it. The people are going to decide, and they're going to decide in the year 2010. Now, the Democrats now have 60, will have, after Franklin is seated, they'll have 60 votes in the United States Senate. That's barely enough, as an old friend of mine once said, to flag down a bread truck. But some think that they're going to go from 63 to 64. I mean, what kind of message is that? But I believe that if given the clear choice, and the media is not going to offer that, but if given the clear choice, the people, at least of our state, are going to say, this is just too much. We never signed on. We never signed on for doubling the national debt or tripling the national debt or owning General Motors or hiring and firing CEOs. We never signed on for any of that. I think that if we take the message, the clear choice, the single-minded message of the role and scope and power of government to the people of St. Louis or Kansas City or Norwood or Neosho or wherever else they would say, no way. And our job in this bellwether state of Missouri, our job, I think it's our responsibility, is to provide that clear choice. To provide that clear choice relentlessly, to focus on that one issue relentlessly, no matter who we are. If we're not running for anything, if we're running for the legislature, state auditor, whatever we're running for, to focus on the issue of the excesses of power that Obama is creating in Washington. I believe that that is our mission. Now, as you know, for the past number of weeks, many of us have wondered how to best carry that clear choice to the people of our state. And we've thought very hard about how to best make our case. And a friend of mine, law partner of mine, chief of staff in the Waco investigation at the UN, Tom Schweik, a person for whom I have immense admiration, gave very serious thought to making this race, and he would have made it a tough campaigner, believe me. Focused, principled on the issue, but he decided and he announced today that he did not think that our party would be best served by a primary. And he thought, and I thought, that our party would be best served if we would march in a very united way under the banner of Roy Blunt.